All right, good morning, team. Anyone out there listening? Slowly joining on in. GWH here. GWH is really your only runner today. Got bounce play opportunity at 375 and then at 325. 375 and 325. Kind of making this little head and shoulders as well. So be careful at 375. I like the 325 bounce and would go in huge for, of course, that challenge here on the final day at that 325 mark for a pop back into the VWAP in 375. But if you take the 375 bounce, watch for move back up to around 4 and over 4 to 425 would be your two areas. Other than that, there's really nothing, and I mean nothing to trade here in small caps in the pre-market at all. At all. There's really nothing going on. You can see a lot of plays have gone up and then right back on down. 9 yesterday, back down to the 4s. 9 today, back down to the 6s. This play went to 20-something yesterday, all the way back down to 7-8 right now. APLD is nice, slow, and steady mid-cap mover that we've had run from yesterday into today. But that really is about it. There's really not a lot going on out there for the small caps. I want to break these plays down for the traders over in the morning alerts. I will slowly but surely work my way back to you guys and say, hey, is there anything you want me to break down? You better let me know. I'll break it down right now. Dual Stream Friday with Kevin Avery coming on up here in just a little bit as well. Again, really your only small cap mover this morning is GWH. George Washington Herbert. All right, let me break these plays down for level-wise. The main play right now is GWH is really, and then, of course, you're just waiting for a possible pop on LFS or SGBX. Get those, zoom out so I can get those levels for everybody. That's really about it. I'm PWM. Wouldn't trade it. PWM wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch PWM. Wouldn't touch PWM. Would not touch PWM, my friend. I don't like that chart at all. Up and then right back on down. Up and then right back on down. Shorted at 150, I guess. But I just don't like those charts, honestly. Myron, I'm not a big fan of up then down. Up then down. Yeah, it's just not a big fan of those charts. I mean, if you want to trade the top, that's it. I mean, you're trading the top on PWM, 100%, which would be 150 area would be about it. But I can't stand. I just can't stand the market. I'm like, no lie. When I really don't want to trade today. Like I don't like the market right now. I'm not a big fan of it. If I could go on a 2-month, 3-month vacation from doing this, no lie, I would be gone till the end of this year if I could. And you guys didn't rely on me, and I had enough money in the bank, which I think I probably maybe do. I would not trade for the next few months. I wouldn't. I would just be like, I'm done. I'm over it, really. It's really, I mean, I've kind of hit this wall of, like, trading this market is just not fun. It is what it is. And I can see why Umar Ashraf, again, said that, at that seminar in 2022. He said that you may go months without taking a trade. I'm like, damn, I need to get to that level where I can go months without taking a trade because I just don't like what I see. I'm like, yeah, well, cool. I don't like what I see. It's ugly. Pretty fucking ugly out. I'll see you guys in a few months. Because that's where I'd be right now. I'm not lying to you. I don't have that. I have to trade every day. I've never been like that at all. I like to have days off. I like to just wake up and do nothing. That is truly, I would do stuff. But you get my point. I would definitely take a few months off if I could. I just do not like what I see in the stock market. I knew before I even got in here today. That's why I was just being all lazy like getting in here today. Because I knew there wasn't anything for me to really trade. There wasn't a really good setup out there. It's really slow. It's ugly. It's up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Just don't like it. Very ugly market. But yeah, PWM is popping back on up. So there's one play. Again, now back up it comes. This is like, I can't stand charts like this. This is not technical sound setup at all. That is not. There's nothing technically sound about PWM at all. But yeah, if you want to short the top, that's it. It's just up and then down, up and then down, up and then down. I just can't stand that charting. I need technical sound setups. So yeah, if you want to short, PWM 150 would be it. You can take profit like 120, 110. Going back to past short history here, it's got a lot of resistance, more so close to that $182 area. So that would be more of like the top up there. Pre-market, I don't really see anything at 150. Most everything I see is really at about 170, 185. That really seems to be the resistance area, but you just may not get there, and then just shows you, well, why the fuck are we filling at 150? I don't really know why. Pack a bag and let's go hang out on the beach for a few weeks. Yes, for sure. That's exactly what I want to do, J-Web, for sure. Well, I'd want to go to the mountains. I'd want to travel. I'd want to go to the beach, and then I'd be done with sun, and then I'd want to go chill in the cold and go get some ocean or some mountain time in. Chill with the dogs, just hang out with them and see their pretty faces. Since I'm always so busy and doing shit all day, every day, and on Saturday and Sunday, I don't want to do anything, just me, and so, Anywho, I'm chilling with ADML long. There you go. Cool. What was the other play I was just looking at today? LFS? No, I don't think I have it up here. What was the other one that I just took off the board over there? Was it SGBX? That's what I thought it was. SGBX. SGBX. There we go. Yep, a little slow. Florida rain lately. Bring the sunshine, AK. Yeah, I thought it was going to be pretty next week. At least it was supposed to be when I first checked at it. Let's go look. Orlando weather. Oh yeah, baby, I am bringing the sun. Look at Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in Orlando, baby. Baby. Here comes the sun. Well, you know me, nothing but a bright ray of glass sunshine. Yeah, that sounds awesome. All right, team, I'm going to do the morning alerts for the traders that want the morning. Only trade I liked for me, in my opinion, that I would take is 325 bounce. This 325, 330 bounce is where I'd be looking to get in on GWH. It's the only trade, only setup I like right now. Only ticker I like. Only thing that's running, in my opinion, technically sound. Boom, shakalaka, bam. All right, small cap alerts are coming in hot. Then I'm going to do large cap plays. See if there's hopefully something like we saw yesterday in AMD. Yesterday's AMD trade was pretty money for you guys, if I'm not mistaken. I like how they did the beat Ackman. It's almost like they knew everyone was going to beat Ackman. This guy has like not made anything in this tournament. I mean, everybody's beating Ackman. I mean, unless you're negative, like, unless you're somehow negative, there's no way you're not beating Ackman. Ackman's at negative $6,000 right now. Negative $6,000. Like, are you kidding me? Like, oh man, that is fucking hilarious. All right, time to do some levels. Time to do some levels and break down these plays. All right, time to break them down. All right, let's go to the top gainer. It's a little slower today. GWH is the only top gainer we have with the bigger float. Running down right now to this 375 old support bounce we just had about an hour ago. I don't like it as much. I like the bounce play back around 330, 325 more so. Seems to be a better bounce opportunity. Old resistance equals new support. That's truly your next support area. Now, there could be a bounce possibly at 350. I do see a small juncture there, but come on, 325. On the way down, I do like the 290 area down to around 280 for support. We are cracking that 275 area as of right now too. On the way up, resistance at 4. Over 4, we have resistance at 420. Over 420, watch for 450, and over that to 490 pre-market high. If you're taking the bounce play at 325, take that back into the VWAP at 365 to the crack shelf that we're the shelf-ish crack that's happening right now at 375. All right, there goes PWM. And here's PWM, pretty ugly chart, up, down this morning, but it is trying to make its way to new high of day. Main resistance I see up top on past chart history is going to be at 175. I see some at 170, and then I see some at 185. So it's 170 and 185. So 170 and 185 is where I see the resistance. And then you'll see some upper shadows, you know, over that $2 mark. One's at 225, the other at 270 from when we looked at this play last year and early this year. On the way down for PWM, there's really not a good support area that I see in my opinion. Now, there is a little bit possibly built up at 140, and then truly down at 120, 125 would be your other support. Oh, Murdog. Oh, Merlin. All right, over to APLD. Nice mid-cap play. I'll go ahead and alert it. It's got support right around 37.25. Let's see if that holds that right now. If we crack 37.25 for APLD, which is also right around after hours high yesterday. On the way back on down, watch for a move to 36.50, 36.65 area. Under that, watch for a move down to 36. Under 36 down to 35.50, and under that down to around 35.25. On the way up, wow, look at that 875 roll. Always just coming into play. 38.75 on the dot. Nailed it. Over that, watch for a spike up to 40. Over 40, watch for a move up to 42.50, then to 43.50. Could even see 45 today for APLD. Let's see if LFS can get off its butt. Play that went from $4 or $3, actually to $3 up to 9 and after hours yesterday. Has resistance right around 540. So if you're looking for a quick reversal up top today, 540 might end up being it, especially if we crack down a little bit more. Over 540, watch for a spike up to around, I would say 580. Over 580, watch for a move into around 650, 640 area. Over that, then we spike up to around 725. Over 725 to 750. Then over that, then we have 835 and then 910. If you're looking for a really good short up top, a lot of these plays we've seen this week aren't working their way back up to those highs. I would stab at 545 to start off with, that 545 area that I started with the resistance. And then over that, the other good area, in my opinion, is going to be right over 7. On the way back on down, could get a short under support here, back under 435. Under 435, there's really nothing holding this play up. That was original after hours resistance, actually at 415. So 415 would be your next support. And then under that, then we crack down to the 360, 370 area. The big after hours runner yesterday was YDDL. Big move. That went from around the $5 area up to $28.75, went to $28.80, but essentially $8.75 roll there again into play. Now all the way back down in the 7s. On the way up, we have resistance at 850. Over 850, watch for a spike up to 950. And over that, we see a nice good upper shadow and reversal here in pre-market an hour and a half ago, right around 1050. Over 1050, which was originally pre-market high, or really close to it, so there'll be a lot of resistance there. Over 1050, watch for a move to 1150. Over 1150, this can then take off to 1350. And over that, watch for a move even up to 15. Now, again, does it get there? I doubt it. Why? Because, again, we just haven't seen these plays run in after hours into the next day. We were getting that for a minute. Now we're not seeing that at all. At all. No continuation into the next day. Another one, same thing this morning, a lot like LFS. From that, this one was around the $4-3 area up to 980, almost 10. Watch for a short under support here under 580. Under 580, the only thing to hold us up is 555. And once 555 cracks, watch for a move down to 525. And under that, should see a good crack back on down to pre or after hours high yesterday, which is right around 465. On the way up today, we have resistance at around 625. Over 625, watch for a move up to around 655. Over 655 area, watch for a move up to around 685. And over 685, we go to 725. Over 725, watch for a pop to 775. Over that, that's the takeoff juncture area pivot point. We start flying up to 875 roll and then to 980 after that in pre-market high. What's up, Hamilton? How you doing? Boss just going over some small cap alerts for you guys this morning. And there goes the crackback so far on APLD. Nice, good crackback. Trying to hold 375 right there is GWH. I like the 325 bounce a little better. What's up, Mr. Delcor? Not seeing anything else in small caps. Just making sure I'm not missing anything before I move over to large caps. And I don't think I am. Time to break down the large caps. Yeah. Oh, D-Pro's moving again? You got to be kidding me. D-Pro just popped up. So I'm going to get rid of APLD and put D-Pro on watch. This play can't, it just won't stop. It's like, what? Go away. Go away. All right, got one more. D-Pro. Yeah, that one that keeps going. D-Pro, multi-day mover here. Really good bounce play would be after or yesterday's and after hours high, but right around the 1350 mark would be sexy bounce play. I don't know that we'll get it. It is below the VWAP at this point. I would want to have that VWAP bounce below the VWAP bounce at or in pre-market. Here in pre-market. After the opening bell, not a big fan here recently. A bounce plays below the VWAP, and that support area starts to crack and gets nasty. So we do have 1350 support as of now. Also on the way up here today so far, we just tried to bounce off the 90 MA. We've been running up to 9, so back under 1420. Watch for the crack back on down. Now this could bounce at around 1380 to 85 before it sees 1350, 60 area, but I like the 1350 area more for the dip buy, a lot like GWH. Although GWH, there goes your 375 bounce, finally getting its ass off and bouncing up 25 cents. On the way up for D-Pro, we do have resistance at 1450, then 1480. If we do get over 1480 for D-Pro, again, this play is at 52-week high. You've got to go digging back in time here a few years to find the last time we were at this 1480 area. And we have been there before. It's just been a little while, so you got to go back and try to find it, which is back in 2023. Over 1480, watch for a move up. Now, 15 I would worry about being the whole round number, but otherwise, then I see resistance at 16, over 16 to 1650. Over that, then 17, over 17, then another dollar pop up to 18. So D-Pro definitely on watch today. Could get some continuation as there's also nothing really trading big in small caps today. Large cap time. Large cap time. Yeah, cool. All right, over to large cap. SPY again in this uptrend channel. Don't see that changing in my opinion. Honestly, today I think we'll stay inside of it. But if we do get outside of the channel, it's going to be a crack of it. We're closer to the bottom side than the top. On the way up, watch for this quadruple top resistance. Now we got about, it is a slow down. It is a downtrend from after hours yesterday through pre-market today. We do have a downtrend on the SPY. Watch for a break at the top of the downtrend. It's 672.60. Over 672.60, which is pretty much the high of day of last Friday. And this Monday. And also Tuesday. Tuesday's high of day is right at 673. So you have to worry about 673, major resistance there because the high of day in market on Wednesday is just over that. Then Friday, or Thursday, yesterday, it's at 674. So you've got 672.60 resistance all the way up to 674. Very strong in those little intervals. That's another reason why I don't think we break to the top side, because the top side uptrend channel is all the way up at 625.25 at this point, and we haven't even started the day yet, which will slowly go up as the day goes on, as we know. So I'm going 674, normal high of day, yesterday's high. Ultimate high of day runs back into this uptrend channel that we failed at a couple of times already this week at 675.25 to 675.50. On the way down, major support. We bounced already in pre-market at 670.75. Under that, watch for a move down to the low. Well, it's almost the low from Monday. But the trend line on the way up is now at 670. It's at 670. That's why I see we could crack this. We're at 671.61 right now as I speak. So we do have 670.70 support pre-market low bounce. Under that we have 670 where the uptrend channel is at. That's my normal low of day. Ultimate low of day cracks down like I was just talking about to last Monday's low. That's also almost the high from last Wednesday. You'll put the line in. You'll see some touching through. Almost low of day from Wednesday at 669.50. Under 669.50, watch for a move down to Friday's low of day of last week at 668.25, and that'll be my ultimate low of day. Hopefully that was a little slower for you guys. Mr. Talk a million miles an hour. I actually am going to alert Apple for the first time this week, and who knows how long since the last time I did it. Why? Under 253. Under 253, we haven't been under 253 in quite a while. Under that, watch for a move down to 250.250. Under 250.250, watch for the move down to 251.75. That'll be my normal low of day. Ultimate low of day goes then down to 251.25. And that is the low. I'm using lows here from a couple of weeks ago, essentially. And that's all the way back to Wednesday, the 24th of September. I'm going to go ultimate low of day there. Oh, it just seems so tight. This one's kind of... I want to go normal low of day 253 and ultimate low of day at 251.25 is what I really want to do and say we bounce off 253. And I'm going to stick with that. Normal low of day 253, ultimate low of day 251.25. Now, if we crack 251.25, I don't see how we don't go straight to 250 and maybe even crack below that. So just keep an eye on Apple today. Could have a move like yesterday where you're going like, whoa, big move on down today. Now, a lot of the time when Apple does that, it just sits out to the right after it cracks, and it doesn't really give you much more chance to short. Just all kind of happens in the first, say hour, 30 minutes of the day. Yesterday was decent. You got round two yesterday, about an hour and a half after the opening bell as well. Now, on the way back on up, zoom on in here real nice and tight like. We have resistance at 254.15. Over that, 254.50. Over 254.50, where we finally get a decent sized pop here for the move into 255, and over that then to 255.50. So really just 50-cent increments there. I'm going to go 255 normal high of day. Ultimate high of day then goes to 255.80 to 255.90. And over that, then we get into some real choppy chart. And it kind of gets like, where are we at in the ocean? I don't really know. I can't even see it. I don't know where we're at anymore. I'll go one more level up over 256. So 255 normal high of day, 256.50 ultimate high of day. All right, on over to AMD, our big baby, beautiful mover here the last few days. Back under 230 is the short. Yesterday it kind of bounced at 230, which was my target for you guys on the short side, down to 230, under 234. Hit it beautifully. Now, if we crack yesterday's low, that's the short. That's your main support right now. Under 230, watch for the move down today to around 226.75 to 226 area. That'll be your normal low of day. Ultimate low of day goes to 225, and then below that down to 222.50 for your ultimate low of day. On the way back on up, we need to get back over 233. Over 233, then we run to that corridor right around 234.50. That's the short zone. 234.50 to 235, we'll see some resistance. Then over that, then we've got a pretty choppy chart from yesterday. Up in that area because it was up, down, right? So I see some at 236. Over 236, which will be my normal high of day. Watch for a move up to 237.35. Over that at 238. And I'm going back to 240 in yesterday's high of day and that great reversal we got in market. If you were watching me live yesterday, we got a beautiful short at 240 on down. Actually, before the 234 cracked, it wasn't cracking at first, so we actually took the reversal back up at 240 at the high of day. And boy, oh boy, I wish I would have held that as it crashed all the way down to 230. Any stocks you guys want me to break down at all? Anything? See anything else? We're getting a little pop right there from LFS. So LFS, there's your little pop on up. That 240 area that I talked about earlier, strong resistance. I like the 725, 730 area for a short a lot more so. If you are looking to short, as we talked about earlier, PWM just keeps making higher highs. So, 145, 150, 160. Go to that 170, 175 area for the next short up if you're looking to trade. Myron, anyone else out there that's looking to trade PWM. We got the 2-3 ticker letter. They're both 3 letters. There's that 245 resistance. So there we go. Nice. Quick little short up top there. Beautiful reversal for LFS if you got it. Talked about that 545 area for a short, coming into it, failing at it. So there's your short as I talked about. Now, I wouldn't take the next attempt as we're getting closer into the opening bell, and I'd go up to that next area which is 7, a little over 7. But right now, if you did take a trade, that is beautiful short right there. Nice quick reversal. Nothing major going on today in pre-market. You're not missing any big mega movers or, $1+ plays. It's not happening. Take the small little base hits. All right, over to app. App would be great if it cracked 595 today for you traders that like a big play. Now, again, we'll go with 5. What's the low from yesterday? Right around 593. 593, watch for that crack on app. If it cracks 593, we're flying down to 580, 250, 583. I will go normal low of day there. Ultimate low of day under 582, 583. Watch for the crack down to 575, and below that down to 565 for your ultimate low of day. Could be a big $30 day here from app. On the way back on up, it does have some room to run. Once we get back over 605. Over 605, she's going to be a scud missile, in my opinion, through 610, probably right on up to the lows. And the original high, and actually it was the high in pre-market on Tuesday, which is right around 616. Normal high of day at 616, pretty much couldn't get over that yesterday once we cracked below it. Over 616, watch for the move up to 623.50 to 624. We'll go 623.50 to 625 because this has some spread and range for your ultimate high of day. App definitely got chef kisses right there, team. Definitely nice for app. Baba cracked on down yesterday. Does have 168 support. Going to be very strong support. We're running back into charting from a couple of weeks ago when we just chopped out to the right going back to mid-September. So 168 normal low of day. Ultimate low of day, it's going to be hard to get through it. We'll watch for a move down to around 166. On the way back on up, we got to get back over 170, 75, 170, 80. For the move up to 172.30. Over 172.30 up to 174. Normal high of day there. Ultimate high of day goes back up to 176. Maybe a hair over it. Now we're flying. Now we're getting through these levels. Over to circle. Ooh, never mind. Yow. That's ugly. And Google. Ugly. Google. Ugly. Circle ugly, Google pretty much ugly. The only thing I'd say on Google is watch under 239. Yesterday's low of day, the low from last Wednesday and Tuesday as well, right around 239.50 to 239.20. That'll be your normal low of day. Crack of that, it's going to get a good short down to 237.50 if not a little lower. I like it more so to the bottom side. Normal low of day, that 239 area, 239.50, 239.20. Ultimate low of day goes down to 237, 237.50. On the way up, watch back over 242.70. That's the low from Friday of last week, but then we're running into the last Thursday's low as well of 243.15. So this is going to be some strong resistance on the way up, but I do like it if we get through that because we scream up to 244. 244 normal high of day, ultimate high of day goes to 245. Google, 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 Google. Over to Meta, got that good pop up yesterday. Wasn't looking at Meta, was all over on AMD. Good move yesterday, about $20 from low to highs. Zoom in there, and now Meta on the way up today. Watch this. I would wait till after hours highs breaks at 6:30 or 7:38. Over 7:38. That's actually the low of day from 2 Fridays ago. And then if you go to the Monday right after that, we have a low of day at 2:39. So it's going to be tough to get through in that area. We kind of channeled out for a little bear flag before we cracked for more there on that Friday into Monday. Cracked last Tuesday. So over that mark, and then we run through if we get through 739. I'll pause that in time. That was a sneeze-a-rooney. If we can get through that area. Watch for a spike up to 740-180. Over 740-180 to 745. I'm going to go 745 normal high of day. Over that, watch for a move to 746. Over 746, we moved into 750 normal or ultimate high of day there. 745 normal, 750 ultimate. On the way down, watch for a crack back under 732. Only thing there is you're running back into this last Friday, this one that we just had a week ago today. High of day at 730-125. Now, if we crack that, then we get some good movement down 729 under 729. Then we go down to 727.75. So still running into some chart there. That 727.75 was my normal low of day. Why? Because a couple of Tuesdays ago, not this last Tuesday, but the one before it, that's the low of day. Go back to last Thursday. So last Tuesday, last Thursday, last Tuesday's low of day, last Thursday's high of day, 727.75. Normal low there. Ultimate low of day goes down to 725, and I'll go one more level down in case we have a bigger day, and I'll go down to 722.50, 722.25 for your ultimate low. Yeah, baby, yeah. Getting levels today, getting levels today, getting levels today. All right, so if you are listening, hey, feel free to ask about a ticker. I'm not breaking down, and I will do so. So again, if there's a small cap, large cap play, there goes your 175 reversal, PWM. Let's go over to NVDA. All right, over to NVDA. I will alert it today. It is at that all-time high area. It didn't squeeze, or it did squeeze. It was kind of all over the place yesterday, and it really didn't go too much higher. So yeah, yesterday was the day because it was Thursday, and then it was Thursday before that it had that same look. So yesterday was a little better squeeze and pop, but not too great. On the way up today over 194, kind of that same look as it had yesterday, but it's a lot cleaner today than yesterday. Over 194, watch the pop up to 194.60 area. Over that, then to 195.30. Yesterday's high of day is my normal high of day. Ultimate high of day goes to 196, and over that to 196.50. I'll go 196.50 ultimate high of day. On the way back on down, watch at 192.80 for a bounce. Under that, we have 192 major support. Under 192, watch for a crack back down to 191.60. Under that, then we go down to 191 on the dot. 191 normal low of day. Ultimate low of day then goes down to 190.40. Under 190.40, watch for the move down to around 189.75 for your ultimate low of day. Damn it, should have taken that 175 short on PWM. Did anyone take the 175 short on PWM? Beautiful short there at 175. Put that over on the Discord. perfect short there. Perfect short. Leave PLTR alone. Absolutely hideous. Still to this day. Q. Let's go to it. Over to the Q. 611 support. Under 611, watch for the crack down to 610. Beautiful bounce in pre-market there. Then we start running into a lot of charting from the past few days. Under 610, we have see old resistance area at 609.70. Over that, which is the high of day from Tuesday. Then we run into Monday's high of day, which is 606.35. It's going to be hard to, or 609.35. So it's really hard to get through 610 to 609. Even all the way down through to 608s. It's just a lot of choppy charting through there. Too many levels, essentially, that I would be trying to give you guys. Like, where are we going to bounce at? Is it going to be the high of day from Tuesday? 609.70. Is it going to be the high of day from Monday? 609.35, right? Those are too close, usually, generally, for the Qs. But we could see that. So those are the levels I like, even at 609. Under 609, then I see 608.75, right? So I'm seeing these instruments, or these levels, I should say, every 30, 25, 50 cents. Usually it should be 50 cents or more, but actually today it's more like 20 to 30 cents. Under 608.75, I see some of yesterday at 608.35. Under 608.35, then we get the move down to yesterday's low of day, which is also actually a good bounce on Wednesday, and reversal to start the day on Monday at 607.60, 607.50. That'll be my normal low of day, yesterday's low. Ultimate low of day, in case we do have a bigger day, watch for move down to 606.50, and under that down to 606. The low from Monday, ultimate low of day. On the way up today, main resistance at 612.35. If we break over that, we have 612.90, an after hours high on Wednesday. That's my normal high of day. All-time high will be new high of day, or would be ultimate high of day, how I'm trying to word this. But all-time high would be your move, right? All-time high for ultimate high of day, which to me could go to easily 613.50. In my opinion, on the way we've been moving with the Qs, most days are generally bigger. 5 days or $5, $6. Even last Friday, we were 607.40 high, 601.40 low. That's $6. So on the way up today, I would not be surprised. I'm going to call it 615 ultimate high of day. 612.90 normal high of day. Beautiful short there. Beautiful short at 175. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I don't know if Myron got any of that. PWM. So in the end, it's just, that's it. Now this gets a little better in the end, when I look at it now, I'm like, okay, I see the trend here. Just got to short the top. And every time we make a new high, so again, if we did this again, right, Myron, anyone in chat, we'd be looking to short at 190, 190 to 2. 190 to 2. 190 to 2 for PWM. Beautiful short right there. And I would be out of this trade fully right now. I mean, maybe would be holding on to a few thousand shares, because I would have gone in like 100,000. Who knows? Like today, everything I do is going to be massive. Everything I do today is going to be massive. And what are we seeing? Reversals up top. 545 reversal. Now that's down 80 cents. 175 reversal. Now it's down 30 cents. But again, it goes, how much have you run for me? Well, this play's only run about 75 cents for the day. $1 to 175. LFS has run where? A lot more. So if it runs a lot more, it's got a better chance to give you more profit, because it's got more profitability zone, so to speak. D-Pro just slow and steady, Eddie. Play a 3-ton 1 share. There you go. Good job, Chef Boy. Good job. All right, let's go to Tesla. Tesla. Bull, I'll do that in a minute, James. Hold on, boss. Over to Tesla here, running on up today. Watch for move over 438. Over 438 moves to 440. Over 440, then we got 441.25. If we get over 441.25, that's where we finally get a good spike, in my opinion, up to 443.50 and then to 445. I'm going to go 445 normal high of day, ultimate high of day, then goes back up like we talked about yesterday to 450. On the way on down, trying to hold yesterday's high of day right around 436. It's kind of teetering in that area between support and resistance. I don't think that's going to come into play. What will is pre-market low in that 433 area. I like that. 433 down to around 432.50. That's going to be some major support. Under that, if we crack it, watch for a good short down through 430 to around 427.50 to 426.50. Normal low of day there. Ultimate low of day goes to 425, the low from Wednesday. So normal low of day is yesterday's low area. Ultimate low of day then goes down through Wednesday's low to through 425, in my opinion. I'm not going to go all the way down to last Friday's low, 417 area. But I'm going to split the difference between 425 and 417. I think last Friday's low was like 416.50. So split the low between those two. So I'm going to go right around 420. 420, ultimate low of day. Yesterday's low, normal low of day. All right, what to trade at the bell today? Well, I don't have anything that I'm in love with because a lot of the charts that we're going to move over to, unfortunately, we're running into some charting from previous weeks or days. The plays at the bell, though, that I possibly would like. 253 crack on Apple. Apple, 253 crack. AMD when it cracks 230. I do like that. App, underneath yesterday's low of day. I like that. So the top three tickers in alphabetical order that I have looking at in large caps, Apple, AMD, and App, are my favorite plays of the day, by far. Past that, I'm not a big fan of what I've seen and what I want to trade, because then we kind of start running into charts from previous days or weeks. So my favorite plays at the bell or trades to take today, Apple, if it cracks down, AMD, if it cracks down, same with App. So I like those at the short side. Got a lot of room to run on Apple, AMD, and App. Apple, AMD, App. For slower plays, go to Apple today. Go to Baba. Go to, I didn't do Circle. Go to Google was pretty good as well. Go to NVDA. Those are your slower mover plays each and every day. Now, faster plays today, we've talked about it, and we've seen them recently. AMD's been bigger. App is going to be bigger. Meta, possible bigger mover. Spread. Tesla as well. So those are your slower plays and fast plays and what to be looking at to trade today for large caps. For small cap plays, for slower movers, it's PWM. It's DPRO. It's going to be APLD. It's going to be GWH. So for your slower mover plays, go to GWH, go to PWM, go to DPRO, and go to APLD for small cap to mid cap movers that look to run sexy today. Maybe even SMR, which I traded yesterday. For fast mover plays, you're going over to LFS. You're looking at SGBX. You're looking at YDDL. The lower float plays, they could get really parabolic today. And the main reason, God, spam shit in the morning. It's like, oh, 8 o'clock, got to spam up this phone number. Potential spam, potential spam. So those will be your fast movers. Now, again, what I was saying was maybe we don't have anything running today, so we could get something supernova-like. But I doubt we do, to be honest. I doubt we get anything today, just like last Friday and the Friday before. And if we do see a crazy move, watch for after hours. That's really where it's been at recently. All right, over to Bull. Oh, we do have SLE popping. SLE is popping here. So SLE, new mover. I'm going to move D-Pro over. So SLE here. Finally have a new mover. SLE, Super League. We've seen this play before in the past. Man, I want to short that VWAP crack. That play is not even, just barely holding the VWAP. It looks like one of those VWAP crackaroonies. All right, so let me break down this play as well. Hold on a sec. All right, SLE new runner here at the top of the hour. SLE new runner at the top of the hour. VWAP has caught this play. I'd be watching for a pullback under that VWAP under 245 for the move down to 545 down to 520. Under 520, it should go straight through 5 to around 490. Under 490 to 450. Now on the way up over 610 pre-market high. This is a play we've looked at recently back in September. I thought we had an over pre-market high, which I want to verify that. Yeah, 6 on the dot. Over 6 for APLD. I'm getting into it. Hold on. Over 6 for APLD. Watch for a move up. Could shoot to 7. Over 7, then we've got resistance at 740. Over that at 780. Over that, then 815 for SLE. SLE, though, watch for the short right here under that VWAP here. Most likely, then we'll just chop out to the right and just stay flat. Not getting candlestick confirmation, but there's your VWAP crack. All right, over real quickly to Bull. go over to bull in a China shop. All right. So bull, James, on the way up today. Watch back over 1270. Over 1270, watch for a spike up to around 1285. Over 1285 to 13. Over 13, watch for a spike up to 1320 to 1325. Over 1325 to 1340 area. On the way down, watch for a crackback under 1250. For the move down to around 1235, 1240. If we crack that, watch for move down to around 1225 and under 1225 to 12. Under 12 to 1280 or 1180. Under 1180 to 1160, then 1140. 20-cent increment runner right there for bull. 20-cent runner for bull. All right. Quick little break. Get the hat. Any other stocks you want to break down? Anybody that's out there listening right now, let me know. Any other stocks you want to break down, let me know. Take a quick little break. We're back at it. Looking for shorts again today. Bouncing. Most likely not going to be looking for bounce plays. Not really getting any good bounce plays that I've noticed today so far. So I am looking to take shorts. Shorts when it comes to small caps. Again, about an hour or so after the opening bell, we will get Kevin Avery on. We'll start having that dual stream Friday in a little over an hour from right now. I'll be back here in about 3 to 5 minutes. There's your short under support. Now it's most likely just going to chop around for SLE.